Hi guys, Nare here. So excited to share with you this free training. Now, today we're going to talk about how to stop the stomach pain and restore your gut so you can get back to living life at the fullest without permanently giving up your favorite foods. So, let's get right to it. First, I want you to imagine a future, and I'm serious. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine a future where you're no longer afraid to eat food at home, at parties, on holidays, or on vacations. I want you to imagine a future where you don't have to miss work, you don't have to miss a flight because of stomach pain. I want you to imagine a future where you could just go out to eat and not end up in the emergency room. A future where you're no longer stressed about, is that food even worth eating? Today, I'm going to show you the exact 3-step gut restoration process that I use for my clients and I've used for myself. These are real success stories. Now, this training is for you if you're dealing with stomach pain, if you're tired of the bloating, the heartburn, if you're interested in sustainable changes to build a healthy gut microbiome, if you want to enjoy food again, if you want to get to the root problem of your pain and you want to stop adding more medication, if you want to stop those band aid approaches, if you want to focus on prevention and healthy aging, if these are yeses, this training is for you. Now, before we dive in, I want to share with you a little bit about my story. Why am I so passionate about helping people restore their gut? Why do I care about adding food back to my clients' life? But first, I want to go back a little bit. There was a time that I went to the doctor and I was diagnosed with diverticulosis, pre-diabetes. And during this time, I remember I went to Google, right? I went to Google and I went into a deep, deep rabbit hole of information, correct information and incorrect information. I went into Amazon, thousands of supplements, 5-star here, 4-star here, 5-star. This led me to try different supplements. And with all these different supplements, I felt, hmm, I still have the stomach pain. Because you see, this pain I experienced would come daily and would always come. I knew it was going to come before 11. I knew it because it happened 90% of the time. And the thing is, I was eating fruits and vegetables. I was taking these random supplements that had 5 stars on Amazon. I went to Google, and this is what Google recommended. But the thing is, I still had the pain, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. When I was taking the supplements, I thought maybe I just needed to give more time. Maybe it was more than 3 months. Maybe it was more than 6 months. And the thing is, I got to a point that I was just spending money. There was no structure. There was no real thought process into this apart from Googling and checking out other people's reviews. The thing is, the pain was still there and I was just really over it. I really felt as if something was wrong and I just couldn't figure it out. I had no directions from the doctor the first appointment. I had no success on this rabbit hole on Google. And to be honest, I was extremely frustrated and I felt so powerless. I felt, aren't we supposed to have resources here in the United States, in the world? We're in 2024. So the thing is, I just got tired of it. I said, okay, I'm going to try to go to the doctor again. And I did. I went to a doctor and I said, I was diagnosed with diverticulosis and prediabetes. I have this pain. I'm pretty sure it's connected to the condition, but I don't know what to do differently because it's still there. You know what the doctor said? She says, you're young. I wouldn't worry about the prediabetes, the A1C that's a little bit high. In regards to the diverticulosis, just continue eating more fruits and vegetables. You're young. You'll be fine. I thought, That's that's really your answer from all these years of medical training. That's like the best you got. And that was the moment, friends, that I said, that's enough. Doctors aren't listening to me and or they don't have the right answers. They don't know what else to say. And I need to take my health into my own hands. I need to focus on getting to the root problem here. Why do I have that stomach pain? Is it the diverticulosis? If it is, how can I really control it? Why are my blood sugars high? How can I control that? If I'm eating healthy, maybe I'm just not eating for my body. And that really led me into the functional world. You see, I was tired of it. I was tired of the bloating, the unhealthy blood sugars in the morning, at nighttime. I'm thinking, I ate pretty good. Why are they weird? And again, no answers from doctors. I had to try something different. The healthcare system was not prioritizing me, my question, me as a human being. It was just a different number or another number. I needed to get to, again, to that root problem. I needed to focus on gut restoration to stop that stomach pain. I was just so over that pain. It was so numbing. I just, when it came, it was just like, oh gosh, and I thought that's it. I dove deep into the world of functional testing. I dove really deep. I learned about all these tests. I spoke to knowledgeable dietitians, naturopathic doctors, chiropractors. I went to all these events and I thought I need to get solid answers from people who have been in the field, people who have the knowledge, who have the experience. What are you recommending? What is working? But there was a problem. The problem was that going to school to be a registered dietitian, I didn't learn anything about functional nutrition. It was all really training to work for the government, period. Being taught about my plate, being taught about this, being taught, but it was nothing about how can you focus on root problem solutions. I felt as if I had to honestly learn so much. All the years to get my undergrad degree, to get my master's degree, all the time in my 2 year dietetic internship, all the studying to pass the board exam, I had to really borderline unlearn a lot of that. I felt like it was just too much to reverse at a point. I thought, oh, but I knew that if this was going to give me the answers, what's a few more years? Right? I already took 10 years. Let's just add another two. And that's what I did. I took it day by day, module by module. I finished certifications, I did different courses. And to be honest, I was my first patient. Like I said, when I went to the doctors, that doctor said, "You're fine, you're normal, you're healthy, you're fine." They didn't take me serious. I feel like I was just talking to the wall and they were just waiting for me to stop talking so they can go to the next patient. That was more than enough for me to stop. Now, me being my first patient, it was a massive learning curve. It was, if I was just working as a dietitian after school, after finishing my board exam, this is what I would have done then. What do I need to do now as a functional gut health registered dietitian? The learning curve is huge, but I will say it was worth it. So, what did I do? I created my own gut health restoration protocol. And this was based on the results of the functional stool test. This did include digestive support, metabolic support. All the supplements that I ordered were specifically based on the results. If my body was struggling at 1 and 2, the supplements were literally for 1 and 2. It wasn't off of anything else. It was exactly what the test results showed. And that's what the protocol did. It was, we're going to stop the guessing. We're going to create a protocol based on an actual test. We're done with the band aid approaches. We're getting to the root problem here. This is a lot of effort. And of course, I changed my diet. I thought, even though I feel I have a pretty solid diet, obviously something has to change. My body's telling me something. And I did. I made changes to my diet. And I remember one day, because like I said, I would have that pain in the morning, usually before 11. And I remember one day, I remember sitting down and thinking, huh, it's like 1 o'clock and I haven't had pain today. I don't think I've had pain in a few days. Huh. I let a few more days pass and I noticed I feel pretty good. Like my stomach pain is pretty solid. And I thought, this is it. Oh my gosh, this is it. Guys, I got tired of not finding answers. I took health into my own hands. I stopped those band aid approaches. I really focused on the root problem based on the functional stool testing. I stopped being so restrictive. I stopped listening to what is healthy. Stop following the healthy plate method that was taught in school for years and years and is still taught now in government programs. I stopped that and I said, what does my body actually need? Stop listening to all of that. I need to get to the root problem. My body decided what it needed, and that's what helped. I healed my symptoms. I had more energy and I came alive again. I really focused on that digestive support, helping my body break those foods down to get to that root problem. I was finally able, after so long, I was finally able to be the functional gut health registered dietitian my clients need, and the one I unfortunately never found. My mission, I want to provide people with a different path to health, a path that gets to the root problem and avoids those band aid approaches. My mission is to help clients stop the stomach pain and restore their guts so they can get back to living their life at the fullest. Now, remember this, friends, every bite nourishes the gut or breeds disease. This is so important because it is so true. I found it to be true with my clients and again with myself. Now, what do most people who are in pain do to try to stop the pain, to try to heal their gut? Now, most individuals go into green powders. If I can tell you how many times I was asked about green powders this year, it would be astronomical. The thing about green powders, I'm not saying that they work or they don't work, but it has to be the right powder at the right time. Otherwise, it's borderline band-aiding and or just wasting money, to be honest. Also, a lot of individuals are way too restrictive. They avoid foods, they cut foods, they cut foods. I'm this free, gluten free, this free, this free, this free. And I'm thinking, why are you just breathing at this point? Like, I don't think you live this one life to just remove foods and not have something fun once in a while. I firmly believe that a lot of individuals just avoid activities. Nari, I can't go paddleboarding because is there a bathroom? What if I'm in the middle of the ocean and I have to go to the bathroom? What do? I can't just squat right there in front of everybody and drop it in the ocean, right? These are real stories. These are real stories. A lot of individuals avoid flights. I missed a family trip this year just because I started to get some pain 2 weeks before and I didn't want to go to the emergency room in Mexico or a different country. These are real stories. A lot of individuals just depend on medicine. Hey, I have to go to these events. I have to take the medicine. I have to continue taking omeprazole. I have to continue. Otherwise, I have pain. I can't sleep all night. I have to take Miralax. Otherwise, I don't go to the bathroom in days or weeks. Accept the pain. This is my life. I've been told by doctors that this is going to be forever and the pain is just going to continue. And I've accepted it. Lastly, buying the wrong or pre or probiotics. Again, the right pre and probiotics can make all the difference, but buying the wrong one is, again, really wasting money. But these are the top things that most people do. And to be honest, I have a little bit of all of these. That's how I felt. That's how I knew. Because when I hear these stories, I remember thinking, I remember doing that. And I remember feeling this way. And it's not fun. How I help people get out of stomach pain, take control of their gut health. I always prioritize lifestyle changes over supplementation. Supplementations, again, the right supplements can make all the difference, but supplements are also going to be the cherry on top of the sundae. The actual sundae is the lifestyle changes. What are you doing with your day to day? Are you managing your stress? Are you sleeping? Do you have the right diet? Are we getting to that root problem? Supporting the healing process to do fun things in life again and to reduce and stop the pain. What does your body need? What support can we give it? The supports, aka reducing foods for a certain period of time, adding some supplements to support that digestive process, to break down the food. How can we literally support the healing process? Also, support metabolic health. This may be to reduce or remove medication. Of course, always with approval from your doctor. I can't stress this enough. Do not just remove a medication. You have to get approval from your doctor. This is just so critical. Personalize the supplements for maximum support. And remember, personalize based on functional stool test results. Avoid the guessing game. Let's get the maximum amount of action with these supplements. And again, we want to add foods back. My goal for everyone is to allow the body to heal and to start to add those foods back. It doesn't mean you have to have those foods, but you have the option. You have the option to have them. You have the option to go travel, eat them, and continue with your life without thinking, I'm going to pay for this later. These are real client success stories. You can go on my YouTube channel. Their videos are up there. If you want to read them, go on my Google reviews, go on my website. These are real individuals who came with real pain and left with real results. Now, in order to solve your symptoms, get out of the stomach pain, you must do these three things. Now, today, I am going to share with you my 3-step gut restoration process. This is literally what I do day to day. When I make people's protocol, this is what I consider. So let's get right to it. We're going to break each step down. The first step I call the kill phase. This is the phase where we really try to get to that root problem. And also think of it like as a cleanup phase. We do a full assessment. We say, okay, is there any type of overgrowth? Is there something that we need to remove? Is there food that are triggering at this stage? If there is any type of overgrowth, or you need some type of metabolic support, this is the stage that we start. We also consider the fiber goal. If you're coming with IBS, IBD, diverticulosis, where are we at now with fiber and how can we get to the goal? Because fiber is going to be a huge component with any reason you come to my program. If you're on my Instagram, you already know this. Fiber is going to be a massive part of it. Just because remember, fiber is a prebiotic. Prebiotics feed the microbes. So we have to hone this part down. And during the step with the cleanup phase, we may start some herbs, some supplements, depending on what we're actually cleaning up. We're not going to guess. We're going to say what's actually in there based on the stool test, and we're going to work on cleaning that up. Now, the step 2, replenish and nourish. Here we really focus on that food journal. We really want to hone down the connection between your symptoms. Is it related to food? Is it related to emotions? We want to make those connections. We want to continue those supplements to support your body's restoration process. And the goal here is to start to increase that fiber goal. Not only do we want to support a healthy digestive system and digestive process, but we also want to make sure that we're working on feeding those microbes. And at this stage, you will start to feel less stomach pain and you'll start to understand what your body needs. And this is really an exciting stage because during this time, this is when I have my check-in with my clients and they say, Naria, that pain, it's significantly less or I haven't felt it in a few days. And that's always an amazing call. Step 3, repair and restore. This is the time that we continue working on removing any type of overgrowth, if there's still any in there. And we base a lot of that on where are we at with the protocol and how are your symptoms. And we start to add foods back. We really focus on adding those foods back. Let's add this back. How are we feeling? Do we have the migraines? Do we have the brain fog? Do we have those skin issues? Do we have the bloating? Do we have the heartburn? What's happening when we add those foods back? You add the foods back, everything's solid, great. Let's go to the next food. At this point, you will feel your body is recovering and the pain is lessened to none. Let me say that again. The pain is less to none. Love it. This is absolutely so exciting. We continue to nourish that gut lining because remember, that gut lining has to be nice and thick. We want to make sure that the bacteria stay where they're supposed to and there's no leakage happening because we don't want any inflammation. We want to nourish it. And again, a big part of it won't only include the supplements, but largely your diet and the fiber. We want to make sure this is sustainable. So this is the time that I start to say, how can you do this on your own? If you're at your fiber goal with me, how can you do this without my feedback? Fiber goal will be based on how your body responds, depending on your medical conditions. It may be 20, it may be 30, it may be 40, it may be 50 plus. But one fiber goal may not fit right with the next. And even with that, we have to play with different fibers, which one's rapidly fermented or which one rapidly ferments, depending again on your diagnosis. But the goal here is really to nourish the gut and to control those symptoms with the goal of pain level being from 0 to 3. And the thing is, friend, you have two options. Option number one, you can try on your own. You can go on Google and go into that deep rabbit hole of correct and incorrect information. Now, it will take longer, it will take more effort. Your symptoms can worsen. And you have option two. With option two, you can let me help you get there faster. We can schedule a free 15-minute discovery call to review your case and review how this process would look for you. Now, I also have time saving tools. These include meal plans to really support your healing process. These include diets that consider your medical diagnosis, your labs, your functional lab testing. It includes it all and it's literally personalized to you. I also have Practice Better, where you log everything: your bowel movements, the texture, the smell, your food intake, your mood. You log it all on Practice Better. We want to be able to, again, connect everything. We want to see how we were at week one, how are we at month two, how are we at month four. We want to go back and say, remember when you had the avocado and you felt horrible? And now look, you had the avocado and you're outside paddleboarding. That's so important. And then we have Nari School. This is something I've created over the last few years, and I've added a massive amount of education and resources for you to print out, download, and use as you see fit. And this is something that you can utilize for an entire year. Now, if you take me up on this offer, this is my guarantee. I guarantee you will improve your gut health and reduce your stomach pain and get back to enjoying the activities you love without your symptoms holding you back. Guys, these are real client stories. Go on my website, go on my YouTube for the full videos, go on Google, read the reviews. They are there. Check them out. Go on my Instagram, go on testimonials. They're there. These are real people with real pain and left again with real results. So, what are the next steps? The next steps is click the link below and schedule a free call. Let's schedule a free call to review your case, to review how my 3-step gut restoration process can help you stop that stomach pain. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Until next time, bye.